We are all born into this world out of our parents' love. As we connect ourselves to the world around us, we get to know ourselves deeper each day. Growing up is part of life, and surely a lifelong process. To this day forward, we are still growing up, not just physically, but mentally, socially, emotionally, and spiritually as well. In this video project, we aim to share with you our talents, abilities, and interests at each stage of human development. As we open up ourselves to all of you, we want you to first understand life's mystery. At this time, everything is new to me. My bones are still soft and flexible, so learning how to sit and crawl happened gradually. My parents said I get what I need by crying. They also said my abilities at this stage include rolling over by myself, sitting alone without support, crawling, making bubbling or squealing sounds, standing up, walking while holding on to furniture or a person for support, and saying at least one word, usually mama and dada. During this stage, also my world are my parents. Knowing myself at this stage is based from stories of my mom and dad. Talents and interests cannot be recognized at this stage, and abilities are quite generic for all babies. To achieve holistic growth at this stage, parents should nourish their children. They should provide their babies with nutritious food and have them vaccinated. They should also spend time to make their babies feel loved and supported. Now I can do new things I never thought I can do. I am starting to discover new things. I am getting taller. My arms and legs get longer, and I can walk and talk. I can now communicate with others, although in a way that is sometimes difficult to understand. I was also trained to use the potty trainer. I had my first haircut a day before my first birthday. Watching the videos and pictures my parents captured during the important milestones of my life helped me identify my abilities, interests, and talents. I love the waters. Swimming time is definitely fun time. I am also fascinated with cars. I have a whole lot of Hot Wheels collection that I still have intact to this date. My mom said I developed a strong interest in knowing the different car types and names when I was a year and a half. I experienced my first international flight bound to Dubai when I was 2 years old. My dad works as an aircraft engineer at Emirates Airlines, and because of this, I developed a strong interest with airplanes as well. I started my command journey when I was 3 years old. My first day in Casa Susana Command Center, now Command Malito, was a challenge, not just for me, but for my teachers as well. My mom said I can barely concentrate, and they all had a hard time letting me sit still to finish my diagnostic test. Little by little, I got used to my routine. I have days of play and days going to the Common Center. In Common, I learned how to write, read phonetically, and count numbers to 100 before I turned 4. Early childhood stage for me are the years when I start to plant seeds for my mental and social growth. With the help of my parents, holistic childhood can be achieved. Continuous nourishment, support, medical attention, and exposure to the world outside our home are some things on the list to accomplish at this stage. Aside from paying attention to my physical, mental, and social growth, my parents also molded my spiritual growth as well. Sunday masses are a must for the family, and at my young age, my parents made sure I respect God and the people around me.
Middle childhood brought many changes in my life. By this time, I can dress up on my own, tie my shoelaces, and a lot more. I am becoming independent, though there were still times I called my parents for help. I started schooling and started making friends. This time, I am part of a bigger world. Not just mom, dad, and my siblings, but a whole bunch of friends. Friendship became very important. I also noticed that physical, mental, and social skills developed quickly at this time. My interests include watching television, reading, and drawing stuffs. It is also the stage in my life that I started idolizing other people than mom and dad. I like Taylor Swift, and like her, I also want to sing. I also developed the love for pet dogs. As far as I can remember, these years are one of the best years in my life.
Though parents still play a big role in a child's holistic growth at this stage, kids at this time can help themselves to grow holistically. Avoiding sodas and junk foods will help us grow healthy and strong. Engaging to physical activities like playing outside the house instead of paying much attention with our video games or gadgets will make us stronger.
Late childhood, they say, is a troublesome stage because children like me sometimes are no longer willing to do everything we are told to do so. There are times that I can make simple decisions. I am growing fast and I can see changes in my physical body. I can do a variety of activities that require more complex motor skills like swimming, running around, volleyball at name some. And at this stage also, my friends' opinion and my opinion matters. I enjoy my friends' company a lot and I like to take on responsibilities in the group activity. Compared to what I am during middle childhood years, I am getting more independent. I can do my assignments on my own while asking for some guidance. My interests include singing, dancing, acting, listening to music, watching music videos, taking pictures, and updating myself on social media. These years may be considered confusing at times, but surely a memorable chapter of my life.
We are now capable of taking our part towards holistic growth. Physically, we should have a regular exercise, eat healthy, practice good grooming, and have an adequate time for sleep and rest. To be socially healthy, we should surround ourselves with good friends and people who will bring out the best in us. Study and commit to excellence to better your mental growth, and have time to pray and talk to God for spiritual and emotional growth.
Puberty is the time when our body begins to develop and change as we move from being a kid to an adult. At this stage, I noticed my body grow faster than any other time in my life, except when I was a baby. And puberty involves a series of physical changes. I also noticed some changes in the way I interact with other people. Fewer friends are okay as long as I keep the real and good ones. At this stage, my hobbies include surfing the net, playing computer games, going out with friends, and of course, updating myself in social media world. I like art, music, sports, and summer vacation. Mentally, I can solve more complex problems and I can also accomplish tasks in school on my own. I'm just starting to unveil the endless possibilities of self-development and I am beginning to discover my identity. I know in the years to come puberty will change me more but hopefully for the better.
This is the time that we are practicing much independence. As part of our freedom comes great responsibility as well. Choosing to be healthy to maintain a physically fit body is a must. We should continue whatever good habits we started and change any bad habit if any. Avoid eating oily foods, drink plenty of water, and have an adequate time of sleep and rest to avoid pimples. Continue to be with good company and positive influences, so you'll be sure that you'll be on the right track. Strive for excellence in whatever you do, and you can be sure that you will live a healthy, holistic life.
Life could be a dream, life could be a dream. Do, 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 shaboom. Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang. Oh, 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 bip, a bip, a do, a dip. Oh, life could be a dream.